Hey, Chef Gary here with Tyson K-12 team. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about menu planning and how you can take 2 or 3 products and 2 or 3 ingredient and create a menu that you can stretch out for a couple weeks. Stuff like sweet potatoes, carrots, like you can take carrots. A great way to utilize carrots is you will drizzle them with a little bit of broth or water and honey and bake them off in the oven. And that's especially good for the younger students because it's really sweet and it's almost dessert-like. Sweet potato fries, you can bake these off, do similar. Drizzle a little honey over those. Kids love them. They have a great flavor. Green vegetables like broccoli, romaine, kale, spinach, and collard greens. The best way to utilize spinach, especially if you're gonna reuse it, let's say your spinach is fresh on a Monday and you have enough and you wanna use it on that same Friday. Ideally, you would wanna wilt that down and then you can secure it into the cooler and it's gonna stave. So a lot of times the fresh spinach it'll die out on you. Kale has a really good shelf life on it. It's thicker, it's a little hardier, it's stringier, and you can saute that stuff down to order, bake that off. Also goes really well with, you can use a low-fat milk, very little, and you can bake that kale and spinach off and make it somewhat of a creamed dish. And you know, if you really want to get crazy, but maybe not for the students, throw a bunch of bacon in it because everybody loves bacon. A lot of common items to use would be noodles, rice, quinoa. The ancient grains are very popular nowadays, and it's becoming to the point where now younger students know what it is. Many years ago, not even many, a few years ago, a handful, people didn't even know what quinoa was. They didn't know how to spell it or say it. Mashed potatoes, always good. The great thing about mashed potatoes is you can always add stuff to that to make it more enticing. So Monday you have just a plain mashed potatoes. Tuesday you mix it with corn. You could also put bacon in that. Slivered ham. Anything to enhance that flavor and make it look a little bit different. Another popular item is cauliflower, mashed cauliflower. It looks just like the mashed potatoes. It tastes great, and you can roast off your cauliflower that you're not going to have time to use up or may go bad on you. You can roast that stuff up and mash it just like potatoes. Add your butter, your little bit of salt and pepper, and they're absolutely phenomenal. Corn, always a good thing. Corn, cream corn, is very popular, and corn pretty much goes with anything. If you watch some of our concept videos, you'll notice that we do corn in a lot of things like black bean and corn salsa. It just complements everything. Corn and peppers. So corn also. And it's very easy to have, and everybody has it on their pantry. I'm gonna talk about a few things with meatballs, sliced beef, popcorn chicken, burger patties. So those are they're pretty standard items and very essential and very popular, and doesn't matter what part of the country you're in. So spaghetti with meatball, always a favorite. Barbecue meatballs, Swedish meatballs, mashed potatoes and gravy and meatballs, sliced beef with gravy, mashed potatoes. The sliced beef, you can do a bunch of stuff. You could do casseroles with that. You can do casseroles with the meatballs as well, but with the sliced beef, you don't have to cut it. So it's gonna be a lot faster, and you can layer your casseroles really well using that sliced beef. You do a lot of Asian dishes with that sliced beef, same as the meatballs, but once again, that sliced beef and the sliced chicken is already ready. It's just thaw and serve. You thaw it, throw it in your hotel pan with your vegetables and toss that around, add some teriyaki or some soy sauce to it, low sodium of course, and you're gonna have a nice Asian dish. It holds really well. The sliced beef and meatballs go really well with wraps. Popcorn chicken, another favorite, very good with wraps or just a dipping sauce. Popcorn chicken with a side of potatoes and corn. Popcorn chicken with a side of potatoes and a black bean and corn salsa. You know, stuff like that goes really well. And you can put these things together and use them throughout your week or 2 week of menu planning. Burgerdilla, that's another fun one. You can use your meatballs, you can use the grilled burger, you can use the sliced beef, you can use the sliced chicken, and it's very simple. It's a quesadilla, but you use a burger. So you have your cheese, you have your peppers, you have your, I like to call it a Southwestern concasse, which is a very simple sauce that in one of our videos we actually make it. It's salsa and ranch dressing. Super easy, and it's really good. And then just a standard burger. Like, think all the things that you can do with the burger. You can do a burger with an avocado on top of it, with your black bean and salsa. You can do an Italian style burger where you're utilizing your onions and your peppers, and you're cooking them down with like a marinara sauce. And then you're putting that on top of your burger, and then hitting it with, you can melt mozzarella on it, or I would just say use the ultimate queso, the white queso sauce. That stuff's really good, super easy. You just keep it warm, it holds well, and that way you don't have to refire. And that's why I always recommend or suggest the cheese sauces, because you're not having to pop them back in the oven and remelt the cheese, which just makes it just more time consuming. So you want to steer clear from messy items. There's many programs are expecting older students to stay home and do online learning, and more of the elementary kids are going to be enjoying these meals. So the bottom line is, when it comes to menu planning, you get your key ingredients, the staples that everybody has, the potatoes and the green vegetables, the orange vegetables, and there's so many different things you can do with them, and so many things you can put them on, whether it's in noodles or tortillas or a bun or a hoagie. Make yourself a quesadilla, but with any of the proteins, any protein that you have on hand, even nuggets and popcorn chicken. Even though it's breaded, that's okay, But think of it, and the cool thing is, everything that I had mentioned on the protein side, you can eat cold. So in our current situation in our country, this is ideal, because you can get things to go. Everything can be done ahead of time, and it's just grab and go. Kids go right back to their classroom, or they're served in their classroom, and it makes life a lot easier. So thank you for your time.